Dr. Taiwo Olayinka Afolabi, MON, as Lagos State Man of the Year by texting 070-4158-5899. Kindly forward this message to your friend, staff of Civax to vote. Podgist on TV.
Hello viewers, welcome to your favorite program, Podgist and Event on TV, your weekly program where we give you news in the maritime industry, aviation sector as well as at Lambada. We also want to reiterate that on Podgist and Event on TV, we have an event segment where you can invite our crew to come and cover the occasion for you. On today's episode of Podgist and Event on TV, Nigeria Maritime Administration and Safety Agency appointed a new Deputy Director, Head of Corporate Affairs. President Shitu indicted the election petition panel reports. Godfathers have influenced your decision, he said. Reverend Sister accuses the custom officers of seduction. On our event segment, we are giving you the concluding part of the final burial of Special Apostle Samuel Farrington. This and many more will come your way. My name is Asif Farrington Collins. Stay tuned. The Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA, has appointed a new Deputy Director in charge of Head of Corporate Affairs. His name is Mr. Isiche Osangbe. Mr. Osangbe will take over from Ajia Tumaka, who has actually been the Deputy Director, Head of Corporate Affairs. Mr. Osangbe, while having a parley with maritime reporters, said that his doors are open for every reporter to have access to him, and that in the industry, he wants NIMASA reportage to be covered by every journalist, so that it will not give room for any insinuation or junk journalism. Mr. Isiche Osangbe.
All I say is let's be ethical. My people in football team used to say, Brighton Okaro Star, if you miss the man, don't miss the ball. If you miss the ball, don't miss the man. Don't miss the leg. So, if you miss your story, don't for any reason say it's all over. What the recovery efforts? In journalism, we say it's a balanced story. No editor will give a balanced story that will throw it away. They tell you, if your editor doesn't like you, he must like your story. If you got a good story, I've got many editors who like my story. Ask Victor Fiji, ask the Governor Ellen. I'm the only man I tell them these days, those days who stop press. And I like my former publisher, brilliant guy. If you have a good story like we had when Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe died, we stopped press. No Nigerian media house was willing to touch the story, but we stopped press because we were ethical. We balanced the story. We contacted the right sources. Contact me. My numbers are going to be on the website. If you lose my card, your phone got lost, or your battery is low, copy it on the website as from tomorrow. The ADIT is here. You didn't know I planned a coup to bring him here to committee. So we need that. We need the phone number and email uploaded on the website. Which is from tomorrow. But conclusively, I say again that the prayer set the tone, the agenda for this meeting. And that prayer is, God bless us and bless you, so that we all can move this country forward.
While responding on behalf of all journalists in the maritime industry, the President of Maritime Reporters Congress of Nigeria, MACOM, Mr. Ismail Oniemu, promised that maritime reporters will work with the new Deputy Director, Head of Corporate Affairs.
That we owe you this support, and we are going to give you the support. I wouldn't want to use this meeting to be a platform for making multiple requests. Requests will definitely come, but I want you to apply the standard fan theory. You don't overfreeze some people by concentrating your fan on one people, one person, one group, one body all the time. The standard fan theory, if the fan is not faulty, if it's normal, if it's working well, it goes round and round. I also did not tell you too that NIMASA may be having one or two challenges in the media, and if NIMASA had been moving at a fast pace before now, with you on board, we expect it to go faster. You are coming to meet a maritime corps that is desirous to serve, willing to work, and not just willing to work in the interest of the country. We see journalism not just as a professional calling, but also as a social responsibility, because the people deserve to know. So our duty goes beyond working to survive. We are also working for the nation to survive.
Oh yes, this is Stars Maritime Academy, our foremost private maritime institute running courses in marine engineering, marine electrical, nautical science, as well as shipping management. Our auxiliary courses are workshop technology for 3 months, mandatory course for 1 to 2 months, ship familiarization for 3 months, as well as sea training for 3 months. At Stars Maritime Academy, we groom future professionals in maritime operations with our mechanical workshop, electrical electronics workshop, welding and fabrication workshop, updated library, computer room, sick bay, conference hall, chat room, spacious parade ground, as well as serene environment on over 7 acres of land. Admission is on now into Voyage 1, Voyage 2 and 3, as well as Voyage 4. For further inquiries, contact the registrar, Stars Maritime Academy, along Ayobo Ota Road, Itelogun State. Telephone 005-621-2451, 006-150-9740, or 01730-0463, or 01-891-3549. You can visit our website on www.starsmaritime.com or email us on info@starsmaritime.com. Stars Maritime Academy, a rising star in maritime professionalism.
And that was the president of MACOM, Mr. Ismail Anemo. Meanwhile, there are salient issues and questions that needed to be answered, particularly by NIMASA, in view of the fact that many issues actually happened last month, and Nigerians are actually yearning for answers on this question. Issues such as what effort has NIMASA made in the issue of removal of wreckages on our waterways, and other issues such as the last recruitment which was actually made, and there are many allegations of acts of nepotism where a state in Nigeria is actually having more than 153 candidates recruited as a new appointee of the agency. There are other issues such as allegation that NIMASA may soon be indigenized into a Bayelsa agency. These are many more issues that needed to be answered by the new Deputy Director, Head of Corporate Affairs, Mr. Esichi Osangbe. We'll wait for the new DDPR to invite maritime journalists to answer these questions so that it will clear air on most of the allegations against the agency. And this takes us to the National President of ANACA, Prince Olaiwola Shitu, who during the week actually handed over certificate of returns to the elected executive as directed by the Board of Trustees. Don't forget, you recall that after the election in the Western Zone, there are many allegations that the elections of the Western Zone was faulty. Hence, the BOT raised an election petition panel report to advise her on which way forward for the association. The election petition panel has since submitted a report, and based on that, the BOT has directed that the national president of ANACA should inaugurate and hand over certificate of returns to the duly elected officers, and that where there needs to be by-elections should be conducted immediately, and that the former Association Electoral Commission should be disbanded for a new one to be put in place. While speaking during this certificate of returns handover ceremony, the national president of ANACA believes that ANACA is beyond an individual.
It is not surprising that the final result on the petition panel turned out to be what it is, as a result of the fact that we have always subsumed the interests of this association for personal interests. That was I met 3 years ago, and unfortunately it's still rearing its head because some few people who believe that they are godfathers, who believe that they are kingmakers, will not let go, forgetting that time changes everything. I've always believed that no situation is permanent and nobody is indispensable as far as this association is concerned.
A reverend sister by name Sister Catherine Elias has accused a Nigerian Customs Service personnel, Chief Superintendent of Custom Badisha, of seduction recently. You remember in the last 1 week that the issue of the seduction, which was alleged by the reverend sister, has been in news in the maritime industry. The president and the coordinator of Safe Nigerian Importers and Exporters, Sir Osita Chukwu, took the reverend sister to the Maram press conference where this issue was actually discussed extensively. Sir Osita Chukwu, the coordinator of Safe Nigerian Freight Forwarders and Importers Coalition, said that Nigerian Customs Service management team should investigate this allegation. At the Maram Center, the national president of Maram, Mr. Bolaji Akiola, while highlighting the allegation against the customs officer, said that the management team of Nigerian Customs Service needs to clear air on the issue of the seduction which was leveled against Chief Superintendent of Customs Badisha.
Reverend Sister from Daughters Eternal Father Mission from Owerri. We have bought containers from abroad, and in the process of clearing it at Stinker, one customs officer, the Chief Superintendent of Customs, Ibrahim Badisha, who is in charge of the legal unit of Tinkan Island Port Customs, sexually harassed one of the sisters in the course of clearing the container. He said, except he had carnal knowledge of the sister, he was not going to allow the container to be released. And true to his threat, according to the story, the container was impounded because, of course, the sister would never agree to such a thing. So because of that, the container was impounded, and even when the CAC ordered that it should be released, they held on to the container, victimizing them. Now the container is stopped, or has it been released?
It's not been released.
It has not been released up to now. That is the case now. Now there is a story here. I want to ask the sister to respond to this. The founder of NAGAF, this story is in today's scripts, and I'm just also going through it. The founder of NAGAF, Dr. Boniface Anegunam, has joined in the fray, faulting allegations by a reverend sister who accused the custom officer. He said it's under blah blah blah. Anegunam accused the said reverend sister of resorting to lies and blackmail to get the seized goods released. That's the founder of NAGAF. So what would be your reaction?
So it was often we are coming for this container asking how far, where is our far, what is the container stand for. Badisha wouldn't tell us that the container had been seized or whatnot. It kept stopping us. So on the day that we happened to run into, say, Nigeria forwarders, we explained our problems to them. They took us to DC only, and DC only promised that he's going to do something. They ordered Badisha to bring our file to him so that they will see what to do to release our goods for us. So Badisha was so angry in the conference with him sitting in DC only's office. But when he was being persuaded for the fact to be brought to DC only, he said that he's going that is the file is his office going to bring it. But meanwhile, he's going to travel for almost 5 or 6 days, coming back last week, Tuesday, that we should come for the file. Eventually, I with my sister went for the file. Reaching there, we couldn't see where to get our file because for him, it's a forgotten issue. He was looking for the file because I said I won't go until I see my file to move the stand of my container. So, in the process of looking for the file, he had a call from Abuja that he should look for a file that they have paid me 16 million, whatnot. So he left our file, was looking for that mistake because he had a problem with that very person. So, but I wouldn't go. I was in his office to do my own file. So he now shifted me to a custom officer, Mrs. Machuku by name, to help us sort out our file, wherever our file is. Normally, in a custom office, when a file is being about to pass to another office, they will write it and record it in a booklet of patch dispatchment. But we have searched for the whole books that will give the details of where the file is. We couldn't see anywhere that own container file was recorded. So Mrs. Machukuna said, let her check the decision notebook. Because when they brought the decision notebook, that was where Mr. Badisha and Mr. whatever have written the container seized note, without even informing us or informing anybody. Osunpo PRO to say that
going for these containers, the same advances and threat of and the sexual harassment has been made on them, which made the Bureau in United States to withdraw them back to US and send another troop. The same thing continues. I give kudos to them because it is not easy for a reverend sister to come open and even come to press to report this matter. He wanted the man in question to come and sit with him either in the electronic media or sit with him in presence of the press. And question will be thrown to each other, and he will be able to defend the particular news that people have been hearing. I'm disappointed with the chief of Nagaf and Abraham because he has been agent of customs, taking from one end to the other, doing collections every day and every week, every month and yearly, dallying with customs. The bottlenecks we have in the port today is an Abraham and his co. For him to come and label a reverend sister that took many years to be trained, took many years to on trial before she was ordained, it's a pity. Let an Abraham and his family, Nagaf and whoever, don't ever say anything on this matter, otherwise there will be Sodom and Gomorrah will be better than that.
Oh yes, this is Stars Maritime Academy, our foremost private maritime institute running courses in marine engineering, marine electrical, nautical science, as well as shipping management. Our auxiliary courses are workshop technology for 3 months, mandatory course for 1 to 2 months, ship familiarization for 3 months, as well as sea training for 3 months. At Stars Maritime Academy, we groom future professionals in maritime operations with our mechanical workshop, electrical electronics workshop, welding and fabrication workshop, updated library, computer room, sick bay, conference hall, chat room, spacious parade ground, as well as serene environment on over 7 acres of land. Admission is on now into Voyage 1, Voyage 2 and 3, as well as Voyage 4. For further inquiries, contact the registrar, Stars Maritime Academy, along Ayobo Ota Road, Itilogun State. Telephone 005-621-2451, 006-150-9740, or 01730-0463, or 01891-3549. You can visit our website on www.starsmaritime.com or email us on info@starsmaritime.com. Stars Maritime Academy, a rising star in maritime professionalism.
This allegation was actually debunked by the founder of National Association of Government Approved Freight Forwarder, Dr. Boniface Anebuna, who believes that there's difference between seduction and a situation where an importer brings in an offensive item which is being concealed in the consignment.
The Catholic family has a well laid out, structure that those who are really genuine do not have problem, because the alleged Reverend Sister, all she needed to do was simple to make a formal application through the headquarters of the Catholic family in Abuja, and probably with a letter from that organization to the Honorable Minister of Finance, who will endorse such letter to the Controller General of Customs, and their goods will be cleared out of the port. But you could see that those procedures were not followed. That means that something is wrong. And if those items were brought into Nigeria as a charitable issue, then one begin to ask questions. Why did you pay for the cars? And for people who may not understand what this issue of concealment is all about, concealment is about hiding something, outside their declaration. Okay, that, for instance, if you bring a television set and you open the back and stuff things there and cover it back, when you open the container, what you see is the television. Okay, so but if you open the back of that television and see things embedded in it, it is concealment. So the articles that she brought in, furniture and all that, used clothes and offending articles, and added to the fact that there are no relevant documents from, so to say, an authorization from the Honorable Minister of Finance, to grant such waiver. Definitely she's a smuggler. There's no doubt about that.
However, from our independent investigation and inquiry, it was discovered that Chief Superintendent of Customs Badisha is not a releasing officer. He is actually the OC legal of Tinkan Island, Nigerian Customs Service. In view of this, the said container was discovered by the Customs Controller Area Controller himself during the routine check, where it was discovered that the container was said to be carrying not only concealment but offensive item. In view of this, the said declaration was to be referred to the Customs Area Controller, and it need to be also reiterated that the Chief Superintendent Badisha does not have power to make seizure. He can only make recommendation. However, this will not, we don't want to make a final conclusion on this until we hear the side of Nigerian Customs Service. Is it actually the fact that the CSL Badisha seduced the Reverend Sister, or it was the mere allegation on the part of the Reverend Sister to seek favor from Nigerian Customs Service so that her consignment will be released to her? By next week, we'll be able to give you a concluding part of our investigation on this particular matter.
The world has indeed become a commercial global village. Nigeria, the West Coast and South Africa have become every shipper's destinations of delight. To meet this growing need, we present the CFAX Group of Companies, a maritime one-stop shop with subsidiaries on the West Coast, London and Texas, USA. With our well-trained and courteous staff, high-tech cranes, stevedoring services, haulage trucks with mileage across Nigeria and abroad, and our utility bonded terminals, we are indeed Nigeria's leading cargo handlers. CFAX Group of Companies, our team work with innovation.
Vote Dr. Taiwo Olayinka Afolabi, MON, as Lagos State Man of the Year by texting 070-4158-5899. Kindly forward this message to your friend, staff of CFAX to vote. Or to Podgist on TV.
And that takes us to our event for the day, the concluding part of the final burial of late Special Apostle Farrington Samuel.
Papa for Jesus. Papa for Jesus.
And this is how far we can go on today's program on Podgist and Event on TV. Don't forget that we can watch our previous episode of Podgist on YouTube. Just click on Podgist and Event on TV on your YouTube. You'll be able to watch our previous episode. And you can also reach us on our email addresses, podgistandeventontv@yahoo.com or Collins_Farrington@yahoo.com. Until next week, bye-bye.